It's morning, which is really the only time of day I can come out to the yard without squinting like crazy. My kids are inside eating breakfast. They think I'm taking the trash out because otherwise they'd be out here too. But, whew, man, it's crazy. Because what can you do when things get out of control? I mean, right now, things look pretty good, right? Well, let me turn around. That is what's left of my garden. So you can take a look. Okay, the year started out well. I had all sorts of grand aspirations, and then, well, I have one Anaheim pepper coming, but the tomatoes are buried in grass, and everything else is crazy. So what can you do when things go crazy? Well, step one is admitting that things can go crazy, and then lowering your expectations like a lot. Kind of like with this channel, I had all sorts of grand aspirations, but then the reality of it is that I agreed with my husband that we wouldn't let the kids be in the shot. So here I am, hiding in the backyard, filming this for you guys without my mic. So yeah, I've lowered expectations a little bit, but it's that or don't do anything. So what can I do as far as my garden to salvage this? Well, first, you'll notice I've started cleanup because that's the only way things are going to get better is if I start pulling out all these weeds. So I've started on that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build some grow boxes here because I'm trying to keep all of this under control while I've got my helpers. It's proven to be a little bit too much. And that's really, really hard to admit. But it is the case, and I can either bury my head in the ground, or I can admit, hey, this plan didn't work. I'm trying to do a no-till garden. The weeds took over. Or I can try something else. So I'm going to try something else for next season. But meantime, let's take a quick little look around the rest and see what has gone out of control. This is what's left of my peach tree. We had a massive windstorm last week with hurricane strength winds. The mountains are back over there. What happens is if there's a cold pressure, anyway, there's some meteorological event where the wind just comes rushing down the mountain, and they clocked it at 112 miles an hour, guys. So this poor peach tree, this is most of the damage we got. I mean, other trees in the city have been completely knocked over despite being hundreds of years old and beautiful, and I mean, we're lucky there's any leaves left on this thing, but it's had some massive wind damage. So how can I salvage this? Well, first off, this thing grew way too big. It was supposed to be a dwarf tree. I mean, here's my little dwarf apple tree for comparison. And here's my dwarf peach tree. The thing is freaking huge. So I've been researching pruning, and I'm going to do some summer pruning on that thing next year. I can't prune it right now because it's fall, and that would kill the tree, or really hurt it at least. So I'm not going to prune it right now. But I will prune it this next summer, so I'll have to let you guys know how that does. Next, all right, let's try and get through these branches here without being attacked. Raspberries. Raspberries did really, really well this year. They have suffered a little bit of wind damage too from the windstorm. And they did a lot better this year staying within their trellis. It's just a little wire here. But I'm gonna need to prune them too because they've grown a little crazy. And the chickens, as far as them, their coop has been a little bit destroyed by the goats. So I'm gonna need to rebuild that. So yeah, everything's gotten a little bit out of control, but that's okay because we can make a plan and we can go forward. Or, we can just hide in the backyard while telling the kids that we've gone out to take out the trash. But speaking of that, I'd actually better go do that. So I will talk with you guys later. If you have any ideas for ways to reclaim things that have gone crazy, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And other than that, have a great day. Happy gardening.